not me forgetting to realize that I got my channel description in it for the normal broadcast. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. Right, everyone, so welcome to this little experiment we got going on. That is the historic Monaco Grand Prix here for the Midwest F1 League. I am your normal Div 2 commentator, Hotspot, and we should be in for a fun one. This is just a quick little idea I had. And I mean, yeah, we're just going to have some fun with this. Super chill, super relaxed. Look at that old telemetry. That's sick. So who's going to be out the first out for quali? You got 11 drivers in the field. A little bit less of a turnout, which I would have liked. However, this isn't that bad. Who's going to be the first one out on track? One of the things that was interesting about choosing to do this is the fact that it appears that not a lot of drivers have the experience on some of these cars. People have gone and chosen the Williams. I believe it's the 82 Williams car. That was the only one people chose because they thought that just because it said realistic, thought that the 92 Williams, being at the newest car of the class, is supposed to be the fastest. Well, that's not necessarily true. All of these cars handle differently. They all perform differently. So I think some of these guys could have gotten away with choosing a older car. However, it's probably not going to be that big a deal. Except everybody's going to choose the same Nigel Mansell car. So should be fun to watch. Again, definitely not me leaving my normal personal account description for this video. That's just pain. Completely forgot to do that. Just like to say sorry now and get it out of the way. Well, I tell you what, the one thing I have noticed about these cars in particular, number one, they're pretty durable, for one thing, so we shouldn't see that many mishaps. Number two, they are a little bit harder to control, however, but the best part is they're a lot smaller, so potential for more overtakes, which potential for more excitement. As we see, most cars are out on field, are out on the track now. So M-Rager 99 is going to be the first to the line, and I tried the other three cars in Grand Prix mode, and this was the easiest to drive. Yeah, that's what I noticed as well. I tried the Ferrari earlier, and M-Rager has already gone, and crashed into Saint-Devant, and that is going to be our first DNF of the session. Oh, that's unfortunate there. JC Blackley looks to be the next on a timed lap. Seem to have some pretty decent pace going through Beau Rivage. And apparently it's telling me he's invalidated his lap, so I guess the next up will be Adaltonian making his way through Mirabeau. Another thing is, though, we also shouldn't be expecting some sort of big traffic jam going through the Grand Hotel Hairpin, being that there is only 11 cars, and also the fact that these are, as I said before, much smaller cars to drive, so should be all the more entertaining. I hope so. Adaltonian doing good to navigate the Noble chicane, then through Tabac. He's got JC in front of him now. Remember, JC I don't think is on a timed lap. He's not, so he's going to hope that Adaltonian, or he's going to... Oh, and see, this is what I was wondering here, because JC wasn't on a timed lap, and I was kind of hoping that he would let Adaltonian out of the way. It doesn't appear that's been the case, and Adolf has gone into the barrier, going through Rascats. Yeah, I said that right. Question mark. Well, so Jinnet's going to set the fastest time, and it's about 2 seconds over Adaltonian, who had that little mishap going through Rascats. Next to the line is Ray 46 going through Portier. Looking like he's taking it very cautiously at the moment, which I don't blame him. Through the Noble chicane. Maybe a little bit slower there, especially from what we saw on Adaltonian's first lap. A little bit slower. Adal handled that chicane very, very well. Haven't seen anyone else handle it that well yet. As I just realized I've had my stream with the audio on this whole time. Smart. Look at smart. So Ray 46 goes third. Jinnit still in first, but Money Matt, look at him go. He's on provisional pole at the moment. Solid drive from him, and then Jinnit, less than a tenth of a second off of provisional pole, putting in a solid lap. Again, none of these drivers having the most experience on this with these classic cars, so that was kind of the thing. Let's do the full quali to give them their practice time before this race. Another car off over in the Sector 2 chicane. Couldn't really tell who that was, unfortunately. This is Ray 46 still taking his time, doing his best to get a handle on the car for now. Adaltonian being followed by Jinnit right behind him. Adaltonian still has yet to put in a, I'd say, proper timed lap. I guess he has now, but he'll surely be looking to improve after that lap that he's just recently had. So Money Matt's still on provisional pole. Oh, what's this? Adaltonian. Can't tell if he's just hit the wall or he's trying to let Jinnit potentially go by. I didn't realize that Jinnit had gone into the pits. That's a little bit of a conundrum there. And oh, apparently Super has nobody carrying his car into the garage. The robots are taking over. Here's Hash. This is his timed lap. Absolutely flying up the Ravage. Ooh, maybe get a little bit of wheel spin coming out of Casino, potentially. Though he has set a purple Sector 1. So far looking like Hash is having a really solid lap here. Through the chicane, that's one of the better we've seen it being handled so far. A lot of people being very cautious through that turn. Purple Sector 2 for Hash. Who's that? That's going off in Sector 1. I can't tell because all the colors on the mini-map are the same. All the same gray color, so if I miss someone going off, just blame it on the game. Where's Hash going to go out? Hash is going to go provisional pole. 0.4 of a second better than Money Matt, who is in first for the longest time. What a very solid lap from Hash 9211. Very well done from him. Meanwhile, here's Random Sirius as he makes his way through Tabac. Purple Sector 2 from him. So far handling the circuit very well, it seems. Maybe get a little loose coming out of Swimming Pool. There's a name for swimming pool. I can't pronounce it though. It's the skin. I can't tell. I'm just gonna call it swimming pool. Here's Sirius to the line, and Sirius goes provisional pool. 10th better than Hash. Flag there, potentially just letting someone out of the way. Hash making his way through Sector 2 now. Let's go on with USGT Fishing, who is going through Portier. Ooh, a bit of wheel spin there. Lucky to keep it off the wall as much as he did. Maybe made a little contact. Nothing to be concerned about, though. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag there. I wonder who that could be. That looks like Dissection, who's gone off right before Anthony Noakes. Doesn't have any wing damage, as it seems. As Hash is slowly making his way back to pits. So a very dispersed field at the moment. There goes Super. Super has gone and retired from the session, I believe, over... Actually, that's in the hairpin, isn't it? No, that's not the hairpin. That's the Nouvelle Chicane. Let's see if we can see what's happened as JC goes on with his invalidated timed lap. And let's see where he's gone off. Wow, he has actually smacked the wall on the outside, and JC's gone straight across the chicane. Just, you know, his lap's already been invalidated. Doesn't need to do anything spectacular. So Jinnit making his way around the circuit. There he goes through the Nouvelle Chicane. Seems to be having a solid lap so far, though did make contact there with the right side wall out of Tabac. But the best thing about these classic cars is it's all wheel hitting the wall, pretty much no wing whatsoever, as he did unfortunately invalidate his lap going through swimming pool. So it's kind of a shame because I thought he was having a really solid lap there. But meanwhile, here comes Money Matt making his way. Random Serious on pole, behind him Hash 9211, about 3.5 tenths there. So it's still pretty closely contested amongst this top four, though it is definitely going to be who does the best job keeping it clean, keeping it consistent. Well, maybe got a little bit loose coming out of Anthony Noakes there. Took up a little bit too much of the left side curb as he would like, but as he goes into Saint-Devote, handles it well. Got a yellow flag in 2. I'm not sure who that's gone for. Here is through Mirabeau. Choosing the somewhat wide line through the Grand Hotel hairpin, then through into Portier. About 5.5 minutes to go. Still some improvement definitely to be made. It's actually funny, Money Matt was one of the reasons I decided to throw this in, because I remember he, in the past, I know last season was talking about doing a classic race, and I said, well, you know, we're going to Monaco this week. That's normally about how it goes. Does a good job improving his time, but, you know, they usually have the historic Monaco Grand Prix. They had it, I believe, what was it, 2 weeks ago now, so, yeah, I figured this was a good job. Figured this was a good idea, worth doing. This Jinnit again on a timed lap, yet again almost hitting the wall going out of Tabac. Yellow in 2, that's going through the hairpin, though I think it could have been just letting someone else go by. I wish I could tell you who's what the order is right now. I can't, though. Let's see where Jinnit comes out. Jinnit goes provisional pole, half second better than Random Serious, currently sitting in second place. What a solid lap there from Jinnit, and I kind of thought that was going to be in the cards as well. He's been having some very good laps. The last one he had, unfortunately, lap time got deleted, but he's definitely made up for it there. Nearly every car on circuit now. only 2 on their outlaps, that being Random and JC. Shout out to JC for helping me host this as well. A lot of people have been taking this hairpin pretty wide. I know Money Matt was one of them to do so, Hash using most of the curving on the inside like I had expected. But as we saw, Money Matt, he was really sticking to that white line going through the hairpin there, which I thought was a little unusual, but or at least it's 4th, so it couldn't have been too bad to his lap. Hash still coming through the Neuville chicane. So far seems to be good. To be doing well, potentially purple. Purple sector 2, nicely done. So Hash having a good lap so far as we enter this last 3 minutes. And Hash will go second, leapfrogging Random Serious, very solid lap from him. Speaking of Random Serious, here he comes out of Anthony Nogues, but almost hitting the wall on exit. Would have been tough for him. Actually does improve on his lap by 0.3 there. Very nicely done from him. I think had he not maybe had the wheel spin coming out of Anthony Nogues, he probably could have had an even better lap than that. Ray 46 using all of the exit of Casino there. Maybe went a little bit slow through the hairpin, maybe exited a little bit too soon, lost some time. We'll have to just wait and see. Through the Neuville chicane. Maybe took that a little bit slower than he would have originally liked. Hard to tell. And not a best in sector 2. Ooh, almost loses it completely there. That would have been unfortunate. Out of Anthony Nogues. How much is this going to help his lap? His time that he's set now. And he is going to improve, not position-wise, but time-wise. He's shaved off a couple of tenths. As we approach the final minute, here comes JC to the line. And JC is going to stay 6th. Adoltonian into the pits. Here is USGT coming out of Portier. If you're just joining us here, the top 4 has pretty much been separated from the rest of the pack, and oh, there goes USGT. He was on a good lap there as well, unfortunately invalidating his lap, but pretty much the top 3 or 4 drivers have been really separate from the field. However, I will say, it's good that we're having this separation now, because this was kind of the thing was, you know, let's give these drivers some time to prepare, some time to practice, as it seemed like not a lot of these drivers had actually used these cars before. Missed it. M. Rager, unfortunately, DNF'd pretty early into the session. And across the line, Hash 9211 is going to stay 2nd. Adoltonian USGT 7th and 8th at the moment. JC's invalidated his lap, though didn't. Well, I said didn't lose a front wing, and then he decided to die. And there goes Random Serious. Pole position for him so far. Still some cars left yet to come around, one of them being Jinnit. There is the that is JC, who has absolutely punted the wall there, and apparently he's saying his throttle's stuck. To the line comes Jinnit, and Jinnit's going to take pole back. And a lot of these drivers initially was running 120s. Now we're seeing them creep into the low 118s, and that is exactly what we wanted to see. So nice there. To the line comes Ray 46, who doesn't appear to be attempting an actual lap, and that is going to round out the session. is my comment section choosing it not to work? And so JC saying his throttle's stuck, but on pole, Jeanette Sirius, Hash 9211 Money Matt, Ray 46, JC, 8 Altonian, USGT Super Natus Dissection, and then M Rager is your final qualifying standings for this event. My chat's still choosing not to work, really. That's what my brother wants me to say. I don't know, he wanted me to say that because he's racing. I see. That makes sense. Fair enough, can't fault you on that. So an interesting quali to say the least. Again, not a lot of these drivers have all the experience with these classic cars, so maybe a little bit harder on them. And now we wait. Hopefully, so Matt was just in the chat, and he goes, well, screaming in a Discord chat is just capitals. He goes, JC, did you set this to 100? It should be 50, I'm really hoping. Sounds like some positivity out of the Discord right now. People who didn't DNF are actually saying they had a pretty good time. M Rager saying he broke hella good and he broke his wheel on the first turn. So he guess he needs to brake earlier. Which that was one of the things I noticed with this car. They brake really, really well. So you kind of, after a little bit, start to get a little bit gutsy with how late you're braking. But you can't do that all that much. You still need to keep it reasonable. As we are about to head onto the grid. So we're going to be doing a formation lap here. Just figure that's going to be the best for everybody here. 39 laps, pretty long one, but hopefully full of entertainment. So Janet leading off the grid. Definitely probably the favorite here between him and Random Series. I think Money Matt is a bit of a dark horse going into this one. Did show some strength in the quali, but he's going to need a really good start to this race. And if I was M Rager right now, despite despite DNFing in the quali session, he might be in for a good little go here, as he's at the back of the pack. If he keeps it cautious through the first turn, he could actually come out with some sort of advantage there. So, assuming anybody else crashes into each other and then loses a front wing, he could be potentially in a good spot. So Matt was going on about how we should do this every once in a while or so, every 3 weeks. That way we do it at, obviously Monaco, and then he was thinking Spa and Brazil. And I tell you what, if more people are interested in doing this sort of thing, I will definitely keep setting those up. Although, unfortunately, this is the last week that I'm in an environment where I'm able to live stream races, so they probably might not be live streamed unless someone like Fallen Monkeys crash, or even someone else would like to jump in. Maybe Will Ans. I know Will does the commentary, does a good job with it. Here comes M Rager and Dissection to the line. An all Williams showcase, or Wreckfest, if you want to call it that. It's got potential for both. And here we go. We're about to start off here. Lights are coming on. It's lights out and away we go with the historic Monaco Grand Prix here in the Midwest F1 League. And it looks like Janet's definitely got the best start. Random Series behind him did a good job. It looks like Money Matt and Ray are side by side. And we got one car around towards the back. multiple cars, and it's Hash 9211 has gone around. USGT Fishing has gone around. Hash, I think, has just used a reset to track that we've caught him doing. We are under full safety car. No heroics into Sandoval was the option to that. And I'm not really sure what exactly has happened there. I just noticed a couple cars went around USGT Fishing, being one of them. So Jinnit does have the lead initially. Let's just scroll through, see how many people actually do have wing damage. Doesn't look like anybody's got some serious damage. The only one being USGT Fishing, and that was another thing, we were talking about was the wings aren't necessarily hard to. I mean, it's not like the wing is covering the front of the car like an actual F1. The thing is, if you hit it at the right angle, you probably an instant DNF. Unfortunately. It looks like Super's got a 5-second, which I believe was for a severe collision with Hash. So I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. So lots of cars going around there, but the best news is nobody having serious wing damage, so it's not that bad. So we are under full safety car, however. Who is this coming into the pits now? It looks like it could be Hash 9211, and Hash is replacing his front wing, so potentially I just didn't see any wing damage. It looks like Hash does have damage. He's come in and put on the fresh, dry tires as well, which is not actual Pirelli tires. I believe at this point in time it was Goodyear, though I could be wrong. But obviously that's not the case. So it's just blank rubber. That's an interesting view of the diffuser, isn't it? Didn't expect that. So the good news is that Hash hasn't really lost that many spots. Yeah, he's gone in and he's had to pit, though now he's on fresher tires, although tire wear I don't think is going to matter. I'm pretty sure you can make them go all the way. Unless you choose to pit, which Hash has done. I think maybe if we ever do go to Spa or something, we'll choose the Class 1 where it's, some of the newer cars. That way maybe a little more dispersed. So a little bit of mayhem on the first lap. Definitely not the worst it could have been. Definitely would have liked to get more than 11 cars in this race, though. It is definitely kind of my fault for bringing this up so late. If you remember last week in the F2 series, my internet was not compatible that much. It was... So USGT says he was put in the wall and then his wheel broke off, is what I've seen. But damn it, he was looking forward to this race. And, well, I tell you what, it's unfortunate that that he had to go so soon. I will say, though, that could have gone a lot worse. So the definition of no heroics in Sandoval was exactly that, although it wasn't some sort of heroics that happened. It's just simply some mishaps there, though. However, safety car is coming in this lap, so I'm wondering what Jinnit will do on the start to kind of keep the field backed up. As you can see, the driver is taking the time to get their tires warmed up as they head through Anthony Noakes. And it looks like Jenna is going to try his best to get out to an early jump, and wow, what a jump he got. Very nicely done from Jenna. See if any incidents go into turn 1. It looks like Money Matt may have actually gotten a little bit of a wall there through Sendabot. He's got JC hot on his heels as we go further back. Super trying to put pressure on Adaltonian. Potential 4-car little battle here. And look at that, Super Ninos making the overtake going into Mirabeau. Very nicely done there from him. Looks like maybe Super getting a little bit wide coming out of the Grand Hotel hairpin. Oh, who's that that's going around? Surely that's not Adaltonian, that is JC Blackley, who has gone around, and I think he potentially just caught a little bit too much of the curb coming out of Portier. Well, the good news is he hasn't DNF'd. He's just taken a little bit of wing, and we are under virtual safety car. So JC will definitely have to get that fixed. And I'm guessing he maybe just hit the curbing on the outside, or maybe hit the throttle a little bit too soon. Surely JC's going to have to come in. He's got, well, I would say no front wing. It definitely seems like it's handling like there's no front wing. Still the VSC at the moment. But Super's made up 4 spots since the beginning of this. After that, the Section and M Rager both picking up 3 spots apiece. That's what that was kind of what I predicted, is that Rager and the Section were going to pick up a couple spots, considering if there was any anything happening on the first lap. Through the hairpin they go. Nice little 3-car train here, and then a little bit further back, that is Adaltonian trying to still find his way around Super, as they now head into Portier. Looks like Hash has gotten around to Rager through on exit of the Hotel hairpin. Nice move there. Trying his best to stick along with Super. A little bit further up, Money Matt. Hoping that Ray potentially goes off circuit or something, though he does look like he's starting to close that gap, doing a good job of it. Through Riscas and Anthony Noakes. Anthony Noakes, not Anthony. Looks like Ray maybe got the better exit of that corner. However, Money Matt is still hot on his heels as they now head into Sandoval. Money Matt slowly still closing that gap as they now go through Casino. Oh, looks like Ray maybe got a little bit loose coming out of Casino. Maybe close the gap to Matt a little bit more. Now let's see if Matt can pull off anything spectacular through here. Boy, would that be something. Ray taking a really wide exit to the hairpin. Further back, Adaltonian still trying his best to get a crack at Super very shortly, and Money Matt picking up 3 seconds of time penalties. I'm assuming that's for going across the Newell chicane. We were bound to pick up a penalty at some point, and that is unfortunately fallen to Money Matt. Oh, and Ray did not get a good exit to Swimming Pool there. He potentially hit the wall, actually. Oh, and yeah, you can see Ray is starting to struggle for grip just a little bit more than Matt. I think we could be seeing an overtake here very shortly. Shit, it does set the fastest lap. Check back with them in a second, but for now, here's Hash into Section. Going into Sandoval. What an overtake this is going to be for Hash if he pulls it off. Still side by side. Looks like Hash maybe went across the curb a little bit. Still side by side as they go up through Beau Rivage. Finally, looks like Hash is going to get the best of him there. Very nicely done from Hash. Money Matt still trying to find his way to Ray 46 as they go through the hairpin. Doing a very good job of hanging with him, though, we'll say that. Oh, and Ray got the inside barrier through Portier. Did he lose any wing? It doesn't appear that he did. Though potentially dangerous from him. Be sure to not make too many mistakes like that. It appeared the section has picked up 3 seconds, and also assuming he's done the Neuville chicane. Definitely one of the hardest quarters in F1 to get correctly, especially, you know, exit and everything else. Definitely, if you do get it right, you are a very talented driver. Even some of the big guns don't always get that one correctly. It looks like Money Matt may have hit the wall on entry to Sandoval. Lost a bit of time to Ray 46. Now that gap was about 0.4 of a second. It's now about a second. Field starting to get spread out just a little bit. Money Matt's still trying to work on Ray 46, and oh, Random Sirius looks to have picked up a 3 seconds. And he is just coming out of... I'm guessing all of these 3 seconds are being picked up on Neuville chicane. That's definitely what it seems. And oh, we've got a car that's gone off there, and that is a full safety car. JC Blackley has DNF'd on exit on exited Casino. That is not what we wanted to see. Wish I could have been along with him to see it. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. Do you figure... Oh, no, the wreckage has already been cleared. Damn. Well, at least now we'll get a chance to stack things up all over again. JC has unfortunately left the session. So 2 DNFs on the day, JC and USGT. Looks like Dissection and Super is going to be coming into the pits now, or on exits. And Dissection picked up a 3 second. Did he potentially cross the line on exit of pits? It says he's got... for corner cutting. That's a bit strange. Let's pick it up there. Only 30 to go. I tell you what, though, these guys are doing a pretty good job of keeping it decently clean so far, despite the 2 DNFs. We'll say, had we had a full grid of 20 cars, this may have been more entertaining, though 9 is what we got. Again, that's also my fault for bringing that up really late. Only this past evening at about 1 in the morning I put that announcement out. But I wanted to see this get streamed, so... sometimes sacrifices are worth making. So now Random's in an interesting position, because Random has to get around Jinnah. And pretty much has to make the overtake stick, because of course he's got 3 seconds, which can't serve in the pits. So he's going to have to definitely make some moves here. Another one that I'm looking at that's in that same boat as Money Matt. Definitely going to have to put in some work here. I will say, though, Jinnah is definitely hoping that he gets the launch off of the safety car like he did earlier in the race, because that was absolutely brilliant. As soon as he found the opportunity, he hit the gas and absolutely floored it. And made up quite a gap. I believe it was about 3 seconds when the safety car did come out, maybe 3.5. So this is you know, an interesting week in the Midwest F1. We got Monaco this week for the non-F2 divisions. Also, the next race on the actual F1 calendar is Monaco, which is, I believe, the week. It's not this week; it's next week. It's not on my brother's birthday, is it? No, I think it's on the 20th. I don't know. I don't know. Safety car in this lap. Let's see what Jinnit does, and it doesn't look like he's going to stack up the field. He is going to get another solid launch. We're going to go along with Money Matt here, see what he has to do. Looks like maybe a little bit of separation there, back to Adaltonian. And Matt's... Well, I'm not sure if he completely cut that corner going through Sandoval. Also, Hash picking up that penalty as well. Hash maybe trying to find his way around Adaltonian now. Oh, Hash got really loose on exiting Casino. That was a great save, I will say. Done a very, very good save there from Hash. Down through Casino they go. Three-car train here, second, third, and fourth. And it looks like Jinnit has maybe escaped again to a little bit of an advantage. About a second, 1.2 seconds, though not out of the woods yet. We got a yellow flag back there. That is Dissection, who I think could have potentially gotten loose, maybe going around on exits of Portier. Doesn't look like he's lost any wing, so that's good news from him. And it looks like Hash has gotten around Adaltonian. Oh, and Adaltonian, did he just hit the wall? I think he very well may have. I must have missed that. Hash made the overtake, and I saw Adaltonian maybe go sideways there. Behind Adaltonian, however, very good race going into Anthony Noakes, and it looks like Rager is going to keep the position for now. Very nicely done from him, side by side. Up the field a little bit more. See Money Matt maybe got loose on exit of Sandoval. Still trying his best to work on Ray 46 here. Super again trying to get past Rager as they go through Casino. This is going to be a close battle here. Rager are one of our Div 4 drivers. Super trying everything, taking all of the inside of the hotel hairpin as he could. Rager's still doing a good job of keeping a good line on exit of Portier. Up through the field again. Looks like Hash could potentially be getting to Money Matt now. Looks like Ray might be falling off a little bit back to random Sirius. So a three-car battle here then. It's gonna be down to who makes the least amount of mistakes, and I'm gonna be honest, it's looked like Ray has been struggling for grip with his car. It looks like we've seen him have a bit of wheel spin every now and again. See if Matt can potentially take advantage. Oh, and Matt does a great save, keeping it out of the barriers in Sandoval as he took up a lot of curb there, had a lot of wheel spin, and but did a good job to save it, I will say. Hash wants into this mix as well. Oh, and Hash, wow, nearly losing it. I think that's the second lap in a row we've seen Hash make an unbelievable save coming out of Casino. Maybe just hitting the gas a little bit too early. Was that Ray that just hit the barrier through the hairpin? It was very close, whatever it was. And we do have a yellow flag. That is going to be Dissection, who... Oh, and he's lost a bit of his front wing there. It's actually... well, keeping it clean for the marshals there. Doing a good job of keeping his rear wing on the car. I don't think it's still there, however, that would have been funny. Oh, and yeah, he's definitely struggling for downforce now. So Jinnit out to a solid lead here. Money Matt still trying to work his way around Ray 46. Jinnit setting the fastest lap. Nice little battle going on here. Meanwhile, here's Super and Rager. Now, Super just kind of hit the wall on Anthony Noakes there, and then Dissection picked up 3 seconds for corner cutting, and he's gone and retired in the pits, and we've got a safety car. Oh no, he's gone off over by swimming pool. Another safety car. What has happened to this section? I'm assuming that's an interesting area of the track to go off. I know he had the wing damage there. Did he potentially just take up a little bit too much corner coming out of swimming pool? Maybe go a little too fast and smack the wall. It's potentially what it could have been. Oh, and look at that. Ranger's just gone into the barrier there. So, a third safety car of the event. Yet another chance for people to try to work their way around Jinnit. It's down to 8 cars now. And Ranger has gone and apparently left the session. I don't know if he's just lagged out. And yeah, that's definitely what it looks like. Unfortunate for him. And Random Series already saying next time for there to be safety car off. I mean, the thing is, though, is that we're not seeing some big, massive pileup. Sometimes it's just some of these guys, as we saw with JC, as we saw with Dissection. These guys just, you know, if you lose part of the front wing, you're definitely going to hit the wall and potentially just, you know, DNF like that. That's kind of, again, as we were talking about. I mean, it's not a front wing issue. It's just if you hit the wall at the wrong angle, you'll DNF. But, who would have thought? So yet another opportunity. So another potential opportunity to overtake, and has MoneyMatt just lost positions? Well, that was a bit strange. Now apparently Super's lost a position or two. This is a little strange, I will say. Why is Super conceding positions here? Is he just lagging? I actually have genuinely no idea what's happening in regards to that. So I tell you what, I mean, this becomes a regular thing in the future. That would be actually really fun. That would be something really solid. You know, obviously this is just our test run. See, already having said to turn the safety car off for next race. Well, I mean, that's potentially. Safety car in this lap. This section has just gone and left the session after his DNF. You know, it was worth trying, this experiment, and hopefully we'll get to do it again at some point in the future. Sooner rather than later, hopefully. Let's see what kind of start Random Series can have to get around Jinnit as they exit the corner. And that was Ray 46 smacking the wall there. And now will MoneyMatt have the opportunity to overtake Ray? as they go into Saint-Devote. Nothing crazy so far. Still fairly single file here. But the anticipation is wild, I will say. Super Nunez has Hash all over him. Ooh, Hash maybe got into Super there. Going into Mirabo. And let's see if Hash almost wanted to make the overtake there. Forcing Super wide through the hairpin. Super got really loose, then Hash making contact with the rear of Super. Super going wide on exit of Portier. A little bit further behind. Looks like Adol wants to get around M. Rager. And it looks like Hash has gone around Super. Oh, contact being made there. Hash has picked up a time penalty for multiple warnings. These two drivers, what is happening here? Hash and Super have just gone back and forth, hitting each other around the circuit. I think Super's just forced Hash into having a time penalty for going across the curbing, even though he's been hit. And Super definitely missing a significant part of his wing here, and then someone has gone off right in front of us. That is going to be, yeah, and I believe that is Random Serious. Hasn't DNF'd the car, though, on exit of 18. Definitely lost a significant part of his front wing. Very unfortunate for him. In the pits is Random Serious. Actually, that's Adol Tunian, who, in the pits, though, hasn't... Now, this is going to be interesting. Did he potentially just go in the pits to avoid a crash? Oh, and Ray getting really, really wide there. Matt desperately wants to make this overtake, though I will say, despite Ray sometimes making some mistakes, he's doing a good job of holding the position. We'll see if that is to, potentially keep unfolding. He's been under a lot of pressure from Money Matt pretty much this entire race, although Money Matt does have the penalty. And oh no, Jinnet's gone. The leader of the race, Jinnet to win it, has clipped the inside barrier going into the Neuville chicane, and Ray 46 will inherit the lead. Unbelievable what has just happened here. And Super's just picked up the drive-thru for speeding under the VSC. Unbelievable. Absolute madness. So we're down to 7. Not even halfway through the race. I think we are getting pretty close, though. Just wow. So Ray 46 has the lead. Money Matt in second. So Money Matt wanted a podium. He could potentially have the win if he wanted to. You can tell he's being really, really cautious as to not go and maybe hit Ray 46. Oh, and there goes Matt. Matt's going around on exit of Casino, and he's going across the track. Though I will say he's done a good job of keeping it off any barriers and avoiding wing damage. Commentator's curse has come to fruition, as I was just saying how Money Matt could have this race if he wanted to. Unfortunately, losing it on exit of Casino. We've seen that a couple times already this race. However, I will say he's done a good job. Oh, and what's this? And now Super's gone. So Random has just driven straight into Super. Super has DNF'd. Not sure how that's happened, although I saw Random try the ramp car from GTA Online technique. And we're down to 6. Absolutely unbelievable scenes here. M. Rager, 99, who I don't know if even still in the session, is up to 3rd. We're going to see if Matt can potentially get it back. Guys, what have we witnessed today? Ash 9211 and Ray up to 1st and 2nd, and Matt trying to make his way around M. Rager. Oh, and Matt's gotten into the rear of Rager there. I'm not even sure if Rager's an actual driver in this right now. He's had the red X across his name for the longest time. I'm not sure if that's appearing on my screen as well. Oh, is Matt going to try this overtake? The answer is yes. He's going to force Rager wide going through the chicane, and Matt makes his way up into third. That was brilliant yet stupid at the same time. Matt's gone across the curbing there. Now Matt has to put 3 seconds on Rager to not lose his position. So now Hash potentially has the opportunity to start making progress on Ray. And we've seen Ray doesn't have... I don't want to say he's off the pace, though. He's definitely still struggling to come to grips with the car, though. He's done a good job keeping it off any walls, keeping himself out of trouble. And now we could potentially see Hash making a move for the lead, though he does still have the penalty. Down to a 1.5 seconds the gap now. And I guess Janet's response was too much to concentrate on after being up 20 hours. Was bound to happen. Glad I lasted longer than I thought. And obviously Janet putting in the chat, wheel width is wider than wing width, and yeah, that's definitely the case with these cars. Yellow flag over in Sector 2. That's not another DNF, is it? No, that's Random Serious, who looks to have maybe clipped his rear wheel on entry to the Noble Chicane. Meanwhile, Ray and Hash still trying to battle for this lead here. Hash is starting to make up some significant ground, though Ray's doing a good job of keeping it consistent enough to not have his position threatened at the moment. So progress for Hash, but not that large to where Ray should be concerned at the moment. Ray's doing a great job of not cracking under pressure here. Looks like Ray's starting to extend his lead a little bit now. Creeping up on the final 10 laps of this race. Very hectic. Not the cleanest. Not the most sophisticated. Though I tell you what, this has been pretty fun so far. This is definitely something I would consider setting up again in the future. Oh, and Hash hit the inside of the barrier of 48 there. Looks like he lost about 2/10 overall. So not terrible. But still, he wants this lead, and he's going to have to take it soon, considering he also still has that 3 seconds. 6 seconds, I should say. Should have checked that sooner. Said I didn't. What's wrong with it? I think, though, if Hash can get out to the lead here, he will start to extend the lead. I think right now he's held this car a lot more consistent than Ray. And he's now closed the gap to within 0.5 of a second. Potential change for the lead here very shortly, as they now go up the Beau Rivage. Looking around, looking to the right side, no gap there. Maybe waiting for Ray to get wide out of Casino. Does that. Now the gap is within 0.3. through Mirabeau. Ray doing a good job keeping it off the wall there, though he's lost even more time now through the hotel hairpin. Ray looks like had a much better exit, and he does again. Maybe took Portier a little bit slower than he would have liked to, though Hatch did exactly the same. Even closer battle further on in the field. Adaltonian trying to get past M. Rager. Potentially a battle to be had there. Here's Hatch 9211. Oh, and Hatch has hit the inside barrier. Somehow didn't lose any front wing or DNF. Nicely done to keep it off anything there. Keep it out of serious trouble. And he might still have the opportunity on Ray. Very close here. And Adaltonian looks to have gotten past M. Rager, though he does take up a significant amount of the Newellville chicane in the process. Somehow didn't pick up a penalty for that. Ray 46 still under pressure from Hatch as they go through Massenet. It looks like Hatch is just really handling sectors 1 and 2 a lot better than Ray. Though Ray is making up a lot of the ground that he needs to get back in Sector 3. He's doing a very good job. I will say, though, with time, Ray has started to look even stronger than he was originally. So, I'll tell you what, lots of improvement here, and that's kind of what we were hoping for. Down into the Newellville chicane. Oh, this is getting dicey here. Oh, and Hatch did not get a good exit to the Newellville chicane. Lots of wheel spin, lots of lost time. Oh, and Hatch hitting the wall again on exit of swimming pool. Through Massenet. It looks like Hatch is starting to make up ground again. Still closely contested here between these two drivers. They now head into the hairpin. Again, it looks like Ray's taking the hairpin just a little bit wider than most of the other drivers we've seen. Hatch getting a little bit of wheel spin there. A little bit more on exit of Portier, though not enough to lose significant time. And it looks like Hatch finally got around Ray 46. I'm not really sure what happened to Ray there. Did Ray hit a barrier? Looks like he maybe just got on the brakes a little late. Had to go really deep into the chicane. And Hatch has taken the lead. Very nicely done from Hatch. He pounced on the opportunity once it was given to him. He waited for it for the longest time. But very nicely done. Though I don't think Ray is going to... I mean, he's dropping back a little bit. It's hanging around about a second. Again, Hatch needs to put 6 seconds of gap back to Ray. Seems like Ray is starting to get to grips with the car a little bit more than he initially was. Maybe just that last lap, a little bit of a mistake, which absolutely happens. A little bit further back, looks like Random Series could potentially meet up with M. Rager. Still about 2 seconds off, so we'll check back in on that in a little bit. Oh, and Ray's going to pick up 3 seconds. So unfortunate for him. And, you know, sometimes you go across that chicane, it doesn't even look like you, cut the corner, but I guess the in-game stewards say otherwise. Not to mention him smacking the wall on exit of Tabak. So I'm not good at math, though I think eventually at this point, and that's the third time we've seen M. Rager get, I think the ghost of M. Rager get overtaken on entrance into the Noble Chicane. I think now, if Hash is to keep this gap over 3 seconds, then we could potentially see, then he will definitely win the race. I think anywhere under that. Hang on a minute, I'm not sure if that's quite right. We'll figure it out after. We've got 10 laps to go. Hash definitely extending his lead now, as we kind of assumed he would. Seems to be much better grips with the car. Oh, and oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Ray has absolutely... Well, if that's not the definition of binning a car, I'm not entirely sure what is. And oh, I thought Money Matt was going to get into him. So only a yellow flag in Sector 3, no safety car, which, boy, that would have been interesting. Very unfortunate there for Ray 46, who... Oh, no! Oh, man! Oh, and Adeltonian got into Ray 46, and somehow didn't wreck his car in the process. And it looks like Random Series picked up 10 seconds for corner cutting. How Adeltonian didn't bin his car coming out of swimming pool, that would have been absolutely horrific. The yellow flag in Sector 3, Random Series has gone and DNF'd the car. Very unfortunate there from Random Series. 4 cars left. And very unfortunate there for Ray 46, who's having a really, really good race. And unfortunately, a very, very bad ending to it. On the bright side, he finishes 6th in a field of only 11 cars. Now we'll see the ghost of M. Rager trying to make his move on Adeltonian. Oh, good lord. Well, I mean, there's not much else for me to do here. Still a bunch of laps left to go here. Eight to go, in fact. Well, I just hope that nobody else DNFs. Why has Kaz invited me to play F1 2020? So strange. Money Matt only 0.02 of a second off his best time. Yeah, Tony maybe getting a little bit loose out of his gas. Only 5 to go for our leader, hash 9211. Four to go, Crash. Goodness me, I actually forgot to. I will say though, whenever I have a Div 2 race again, and the field is spread out a little bit, I'll just think to myself, it couldn't be more spread out than this. Well, I tell you what, though, it's not like this has been a boring race up until obviously this point, but, you know, next time, hopefully when we do this, we'll get more drivers in here, and hopefully, it'll be a better product for us. Oh, and Hash actually hit the wall right there. What was that? Completely clean air, he's just smacked the wall. on exit of Massenet. What's this? Hash has just overtaken M. Rager. Just when I thought nothing would happen again, Hash gets into it with a back marker. Nicely done. And Hash is going to be starting his final way around his circuit. Money Matt's just picked up, unfortunately, 3 seconds for a time penalty. As Hash makes his way, finally, exit of Casino, down into Mirabeau, through the Grand Hotel Hairpin. Oh, are you telling me we're going to have to wait an extra 35 seconds apiece for every driver to rotate through? Oh no! That's not good. What's the gap to the leader, I wonder? 1 lap, 22 seconds, 49 seconds. Yeah. That's tough. But Hash 9211 making his way out of swimming pool. Into Riskas. And finally, Anthony Noakes. Coming around the final corner. Hash 9211 taking the win for the inaugural Grand Prix Historic for the Midwest F1 League. M. Rager comes across in 4th. Here comes Money Mac himself. Oh, nice little drift there. Great save from him. And again. Money Mac coming home second, and finally Adoltonian making his way out of tobacco. And finally, Adoltonian will cross the line third. Nicely done. And M. Ranger's definitely getting driver of the day despite his robot having to take over there. He started dead last and ended up finishing fourth, so great day from him. I think next time we might just have to do this 25%. I don't know. Money Matt is very happy in the Discord, which I don't blame him. That was a grueling race. But a very good race at best. Or, I don't know how to say it. A very good race either way. So, your final results for the inaugural Grand Prix Historic. Hash 9211 taking the win, Money Matt in second, Adoltonian in third, M. Ranger in fourth is the final car who actually finished the race despite being a lap behind. This is very reminiscent of Indianapolis 2005 or whatever it was. Everybody didn't even start the race. Random Series in fifth, Ray 46th in sixth, Super Nito 7th, 8th is Jin, 9th is Dissection, 10th is JC, and rounding up the field in 11th is USGT. So hopefully we can do this again. We'll refine the format. We'll refine everything. We'll get more than just 11 guys in here. But I tell you what, that was very entertaining, and thank you all for joining, and we will see you next time.